Hi everyone, Lacey again. I'm going to give you the body of my persuasive speech about the benefits of houseplants. Do you know the number one reason people select houseplants for their home is for the aesthetic purposes? According to Carter Roberts, the author of the article published by South Dakota State Extension, without knowing the other beneficial aspects of houseplants, one might choose a houseplant simply based on its appearance. Plants provide so much more to the home than just decor, but the number one reason most people choose to have plants in their home is for decoration purposes. Robert also includes that houseplants can add interest to an otherwise human straight-line domain environment. Plants will spice up any room, providing texture, contrast, and a creative finishing touch. Most people know nothing about taking care of plants. They select the plant because it's a fashion statement, or it could be in style. The complexity of decorating with houseplants varies from person to person, and can be as dramatic or as simple as the homeowner desires. If you are interested in a dramatic look, I suggest using the quickly growing vines like pothos, monstera, or philodendrons to grow around the room on the walls or to trail down shelves, mantels, or countertops. Also, a large plant like the Norfolk pine can be used year-round for a dramatic look or even as your Christmas tree. For a much more simple style, I would choose smaller plants to place on side tables and shelves that provide a bit of texture to your home's design, like the low-maintenance snake plant or the hanging spider plant. While decorating with houseplants remains the most popular knowledge when it comes to household usage, houseplants prove to be so much more useful than we may have originally thought. Air quality is improved inside homes and other indoor locations with houseplants. Houseplants scrub the air of many harmful substances called VOCs, or volatilized organic compounds. These were discovered in the 1980s by scientists working for NASA. These compounds consist of formaldehyde, benzene, carbon monoxide, and a bunch of other harmful gases that cause skin irritations, allergies, and make it hard for us to breathe, especially if we have asthma. According to NASA, just one houseplant per 100 square foot can efficiently filter the indoor air of these harmful toxins. WebMD's article, The Health Benefits of Houseplants, shares that researchers have found that different plant parts, especially the leaves, act as filters to catch airborne particles, and rooms with plants have less dust and mold than any room without foliage. Humidity levels are fixated by houseplants. The University of Norway conducted a study that shows when houseplants are grouped together, the likelihood of dry skin, common colds, and sore throats is greatly decreased. According to WebMD, a study on humidity levels and a collection of spider plants proves that the relative humidity levels in one room were raised from 20% to a much more comfortable 30%. When we are breathing well, our health is better. Houseplants affect our health and well-being so much more than we know. Having plants around can improve physical and psychological well-being. Houseplants can help us to feel less stressed and to concentrate better. Dr. Carol Durkinsian, who reviewed the WebMD's article, agrees that plants have a calming effect on people. Blood pressure, heart rate, and cortisol levels were measured in a study with people around plants and versus people that were not working around plants. And this study shows that the people in the room With plants, their vitals and cortisol levels were at much more desirable levels than people on the placebo group. A study on students in a classroom taking tests scored much higher scores while testing in the room with 3 potted plants in comparison to the students that were taking the same test in another room without the plants. And that information comes from WebMD as well. There is some psychological magic that comes from plants. Dr. Deborah Weatherspoon and Rebecca Joy Stanborough tell us in the article for Healthline, A Hobby for All Seasons, 7 science-backed benefits of indoor plants. Several studies show that people will recover from surgery much faster when surrounded by plants. Also, people fresh out of surgery requested less pain medicine and were able to leave the hospital sooner than other patients that did not have plants in their room, or even a view of the natural elements outside the window from their room. The authors of Newstext Global business blogs explain that people who struggle with self-care can improve their daily activities and lifestyle by caring for plants. People who struggle with mental illnesses feel a sense of accomplishment when caring for plants in their home.